Hey guys, and welcome back to TEW. If you missed the last episode, we are doing our hardest challenge ever, where we are a Japanese company in the USA with 0 prestige, 0 momentum, and 0 popularity. Now, before we jump into the episode, I want to say a big thank you to the members of the channel. So thank you to Genevieve Sweet. If you would like to become a member and help the channel out, your support is greatly appreciated. You can press the join button now for less than $1 a month and gives you some early access to these episodes. So with that all being said, let's go over our previous episode, and we did sign Killer Cross, who is preparing his gimmick. I also managed to figure out how to change the name to Japan Pro Wrestling, not Japan, because I missed the A, so that's awesome. We've put a contract renewal in for Kazuma Sakamoto because he is in our tag tournament, where there is one junior and one heavyweight tagging together. The winner of this tournament will face the respective champion of their division. To go alongside that, let's check out our last episode. So if we go to our show history, and we need to start here. So Thekla and Kurumi defeated Jaguar and Yukota. No, they didn't. We only did 4 episodes. Here we go. Tam Nakano and Reina Dorada defeated Thekla and Marika Kobashi. Kathy Kelly cut a promo saying that no one can defeat Zeus. Takura defeated Ryuki Honda. Teo Kira announced the tag tournament for divisions. La Velocidad and Puma de Oro defeated Arata and Hajime. We then had Tam Nakano win a battle royal to win the vacated Japan USA women's title. Post-match, we had Tam just, cut a promo talking about winning title and was attacked by Thekla. Zeus defeated Gosamaru to retain the heavyweight title. Kathy Kelly mocked the heavyweight division for being weak, and La Velocidad defeated Minoru Tanaka by DQ. We then have good old Jim Ross, who is our color commentator, alongside Taiyo Kia, who is our color commentator, kick off the tag league. Marika Kobashi defeated Yuko Sakurai. Go Shiozaki and Arata claim they will win the tag league. Ryuki Honda and Hajime defeated Kodai Nozaki and Takumi Baba. And Sanada and BXB Hulk picked up their first win in the title tournament, defeating Arata and Go Shiozaki. And then at Rising Sun 30, in the pre-show, Black Menso Ray defeated Adam Thornstead. Puma de Oro and Yun Saito picked up their first win of the tournament, defeating Gosamaru and Naoshi Sano. Yun Saito laid out the claim that him and Puma are going to go all the way in the tournament. Zaya Zhao defeated Aurora Tevez. We had a promo where Kathy Kelly claimed that it doesn't matter who wins the tag lead, no one's dethroning Zeus. And La Velocidad and Ryuya Takura defeated Takeshi Tora and Kazuma Sakamoto. So with that all being said, if we come to our finances, you'll see we did lose $800 last month. Tag tournament is going to be a little costly, but if we check out our size, things are happening, which is awesome. If we also come to our merchandise, you'll see that's almost upgraded as well. Once this is upgraded, not only will it cost us less per month, we will be making more money, which is also nice. And of course, eventually we can work on upgrading this too. So with that being said, we will skip ahead. Any news we'll talk about, and if not, I'll see you at the shows. Okay, we have some news. So MLW have changed their production, and more importantly, we have a decision so we can extend the contract of Puma de Oro. Excellent. Okay, we have another decision we can make, which is Kazuma Sakamoto's contracts. Let's bring that in. There doesn't seem to be much news, to be honest. Cassie Lee and Hammerstone have won the tag team titles. It's an interesting pairing, but fair play to them. Chase Owens has recovered. Not too much, to be honest. Okay, it's time for our next show, so we can give some people the night off. So we need Arata, and we need Go Shiozaki. We won't use Aurora Tevez. We don't need Black Menso Ray. We don't need Kathy Kelly. We need Go Shiozaki. We don't need BXB Hulk. We don't need Gosamaru. We don't need Hajime. We'll use Kurumi. We need Jim Ross. We do need Yun Saito. We need Kachitora. We don't need... Do we want to use Mishimura? Yeah, we'll use Mishimura, actually. He is a junior, so that's cool. We don't need Killer Cross. We don't need Kodai Nozaki. We need our ref. We need La Velocidad. We don't need Kobayashi. We use Tanaka. We don't need Masamoto. We don't need Sano. We need the Oro. We don't need Dorada. We don't need Honda. We need Takura. We don't need Sanada, we need Taiyo. We don't need Segura. In fact, actually, we will use Segura. It's been a while, so we won't use Tanaka. We don't need Baba, we don't need Tam or Thekla. In fact, we don't need any of the lady wrestlers for this show. Nor do we need Zeus. Beautiful. Tonight's venue, of course, the Southwest. Finalise our broadcasters, get us on everything known to man. Create a finish. Okay, Yun Saito won, get another create a finish. Awesome. Locker room. Yun Saito was brought before Wrestler's Court, accused of being absorbed by his phone when he should have been paying attention to a locker room meeting. The judge, Jim Ross, found him guilty and sentenced him to buy a crate of beer for the locker room. Nice. We did training for Takura and Narata. Let's inspire. Awesome. Right, let's get this show booked on our junior results page. Okay, we start with Puma de Oro and Yun Saito taking on Kazutora and Kazuma Sakamoto in the tag league, in which Puma de Oro and Yun Saito would get the win in 14 minutes. Wrestling rating of 47, a segment rating of 54. Saito got a 55, de Oro got a 61, Kazuma Sakamoto with the 35, and Kazutora with the 36. Puma de Oro's debuted his classic Technico gimmick. I don't know why he's re-debuted. Bit weird, but that's okay. Sugiura then comes out and cuts a promo, basically furious that he isn't in the tag league. This leads to him taking on Mashimura, who is our debuting young lion, and he pretty much squashes him in 12 minutes with a submission. A 48 wrestling rating and a 53 segment rating. We had Sugiura the 45, but Murashima with the 51, interestingly enough. He could be a big star for us. We then have Goji Ozaki, Arata La Velocidad, and Ryuya Takura basically shake hands pre-match as the two of the strong babyface teams in the tag league. They basically just shake hands so you know there's no ill blood. And then in our tag league match, this match ends in a draw. It says a double disqualification. It was meant to be a time limit draw. Don't know why it's done that. But essentially, yeah, both teams come to a draw. So Shiozaki with the 51, Arata with the 22, Ryuya with the 26, and La Velocidad with the 75. Crit finish was a failure, kind of sucks. But 44 wrestling rating and a 44 segment rating. So it's increased our popularity in 18 regions. We used Arata too much. We kind of expected that, to be honest. So if we address the locker room, we'll give this to Go, and we'll give it to La Velocidad just to keep him happy. Was pleased, was very happy. Financials, 2,500, that's okay. Bunch of popularity gain though, that's awesome, that's going to help us tremendously. Okay, it is the day after the show. We have a little bit of news, which is our viewing figures of 5,000, not bad. If we come to our finances, just see how it is, we're only 1.6 in debt, which is pretty good. If we come to our tournament, you will see Arata and Shiozaki, only a draw. So they're sitting on 1 point in total, 0 points for a draw, so bear that in mind. Currently the leaders of the tournament, Puma and Yun Saito. Mina Shirakawa is leaving AEW. I reckon even though she's going to be super expensive, I think we bring her in. Because she is a huge star. And I think she'll do amazing for us. Other news, see if there's anything here. Doesn't seem to be much. Get him on the shortlist. That pretty much seems to be it, though. We can extend the contract of Aurora Tevez. Me and Shirakawa leaving, that's fine. Okay, we have some news, which is Mina Shirakawa, so we're going to bring her in as a face, obviously, not a heel. Any other news? Rhea Ripley has been sidelined with a broken eardrum, and Mercedes Moné is going to Stardom. Maria social media success, good for them. Motionless upgrade, perfect. Engagement announcement. Mzitez Jr. was someone we were looking at one point. We are still kind of looking at him. I don't think Keira was on our shortlist, they were not. Cool. And then Puma de Oro has gone from skinny to toned. Okay, it's the start of the new month. News-wise, Paul Turner is leaving AEW. Where was it? I saw it somewhere. Danny Luna and Zeus are apparently not getting along. You've got Josh Alexander's fully fit. He's another one I'd love to bring in for a match. Josh Alexander is awesome. Engagement news, Cole Carter and Robin Renegade. Honma retiring. Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Sick Boy. Cool. News, Anna Jay's injured. David Finley's injured. Micah has left Marigold. And of course we finished last in the regionals. I expected that as well, to be honest. If we come to our finances, we only lost 500. Not bad. Not bad at all. Merchandise-wise, we're at that 4th level, which is awesome. And size-wise, not bad at all. Finance-wise, ticket sales 2,000, 401. What are my events? How much are we charging for this? Very cheap. Let's bump it up to cheap. Yeah. No. Let's leave it at very cheap, and we'll get more money on the merch. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Creative-wise, I just want to check something. Sonada's up there, cool. No next big things. Yeah, fantastic in-ring performer. That's awesome. So we need to build around him at some point. Okay, we have some news, which is our YouTube deal is expiring. So let's work on that quick. Get ourselves back on here. Extend the deal. We're going to do 3 months. Perfect. News-wise, Shooter is arguing with Jeff Cobb. I would love to sign Dorada. Yeah, way too small. Is there any other news here? No. Okay, it's time to book our next show, so we can give some people the night off, so we don't need Errata. We do not need Go. We do not need Kagetora. We don't need Kazuma Sakamoto. We don't need Take Cura or Lavelocidad. We don't need... Who else don't we need? We should use someone. That's not a very good answer. I know who we're going to use. Hill, yeah, perfect. Cool, Waka can have a night off. Yuko, Zeus. We use Kathy Kelly for a promo. We won't use Tevez. We don't need Menso Ray. We need BXB Hulk. We need Sonada. We need Gosamaru. We need Naoshi Sano. We need Hajime and Honda. So we don't need Kurumi. We need Jim Ross. We don't need Saito. We don't need Murashima for this show. Nor do we need Killer Cross. We need Nozaki. We don't need Kobayashi. We need Shirakawa. We don't need Tanaka. We don't need Misamoto. Sano. We don't need Puma. Reina Dorada is not needed. Honda. Don't need Segura. Okay, perfect. Venue, of course, back to the southwest. To finalise our broadcasters, we are going on Everyone. Booking team meeting. We'll spend some more creative energy. Love that. Locker room. Lazarus has been asked if we can use him. No. We did training for Hajime. Mina Shirakawa, Takumi Barra bonded. Awesome. Let's do team bonding. Nothing. Okay. Well, let's book the show and I'll see you on the results page. In our opening opening match of the show, as I should say, I keep saying that now, we have Ryuki Honda and Hajime defeated Baba and Nozaki in 16 minutes. Hajime with the 40, Honda with the 44, Nozaki the 38, and Baba with the 34. Baba was really off his game. 39 wrestling rating, a 41 segment rating. Strong start to the show. We then get Tam Nakano introduce her mystery partner for tonight, which is Mina Shirakawa. And those two would go on to face Thekla and Xia Zhao in a 69 rated match with a 57 wrestling rating. Shirakawa and Nakano would get the win in 16 minutes when Shirakawa submitted Xia Zhao. So Tam Nakano with the 68, Shirakawa with the 66, Xia Zhao with the 42 and Thekla with the 51. Creative finish was a success, and Mina Shirakawa is getting better at her gimmick. Kathy Kelly then comes out to cut a promo saying that both her and Zeus have been unimpressed by the heavyweights who have been wrestling in the tournament so far. And then in our main event, Gosamaru and Naoshi Sano would lose to Sonada and BXB Hulk. 31 wrestling rating of 38 segment rating. Sano with the 11, oh my god. Gosamaru with the 33, Hulk with the 35 and Sonada with the 45. Increase our popularity in 18 regions. Address the locker room. I mean, it has to go to Shirakawa and Tam. They both got insane high ratings. Seemed pleased and was pleased. Financial report, we lost almost 3k, but that's okay. Popularity up to a 26 in the southwest. Okay, we are the day after the show. So Steve Turner is definitely Vaka. I have tension, cool. Yamato's retired. We got 5,000 viewers again, cool. If we come to our finances, minus 2,200, so we're going to make another loss, but that's okay. Size-wise, we are slowly getting there. Once we hit a 30, it's going to be crazy. Okay, I forgot to go over on the information. If we look at our profit, we did lose 640. It's not too bad. Size-wise, we're slowly getting there. Merchandise is still fine, but more importantly, our finances, if we check this out. Ticket sales, slowly increasing. Broadcast revenue, not quite as good that month. Sponsors, we're slowly getting there. They are increasing month on month. Same with merch, thankfully. That $1,000 a month in merch is huge. So obviously, the more areas we build up, the more this is going to increase, which is what we need. Okay, we have a piece of news, which is our contract extension with Minoru Tanaka. We will also extend the contract of Kishitora, and I'm bringing in Izuka, sorry. Capital I threw me off for some reason. We're going to bring him in. His stats were really, really good. And he's only 31, so why not? Okay, time for our next show, and we need a ratter. We will use Tevez, who is a face. Yes, cool. We don't need Menso Ray. We don't need BXB Hulk. We don't need Kathy Kelly. We do need Goji Ozaki, though. We don't need Gosamaru. We don't need Hajime. We need Kurumi, Jim Ross. We need Yon Saito. We need Keiichi Toro. We need Sakamoto. We do not need Killer Cross. We need Kodai. We do not need Velocidad or Kobayashi or Shirakawa or Tanaka or Masamoto. We don't need Sano. Do we need Deoro? Of course we need Deoro. We don't need Dorada. We don't need Honda. Do we need Tekura? No, we don't. Or Sanada. Segura. We need Baba. Okay, I'm pretty sure we are good for not needing anyone else. Cool. Tonight's venue. Back to there. Finalise our broadcasters. Get us on everything. Booking team, we'll leave it as it is. Ryan Kidd, go away. Yon Saito was brought for Wrestler's Court again for being on his phone. Cool. We did training for Tevez and Arata. Okay. Address the locker room. Let's team bond. Tensions between Jim Ross and Taioki. Just what you need between your commentary team. Awesome. Well, let's book the show and I will see you on the results page. Okay, in match 1, we had Yon Saito and Puma de Ora lose to Kodai Nozaki and Takumi Baba. Takumi Baba would sneak win over Puma de Oro. 48 wrestling rating and a 51 segment rating. De Oro with the 54, Saito with the 55, Baba with the 40, and Nozaki with the 42. A good start to the show. Aurora Tevez comes out, cutting a promo, talking about how she just wishes she could have a chance to prove herself within Japan Pro Wrestling. Followed by her versus Hiragi Kurumi, in which Kurumi would win in 12 minutes. 31 segment rating, 26 wrestling rating, 37 from Kurumi and 14 from Tevez. We then get a promo from Sakamoto and Keiichi. Obviously not very good, but it is what it is. In which they would lose to Go Giozaki and Arata in 16 minutes. Kazuma Sakamoto with the 30, Keiichi with the 36, Arata with the 27, Giozaki with the 47, wrestling rating of 35 and a segment rating of 41. So this increased our popularity in 18 regions again. If we adjust the locker room, we need to do Jim Ross, because we need to keep him happy, and Teo Kia. Was pleased, seemed pleased. Financials, we only lost $700 that show. Perfect. Popularity recap, we have gained as well. Okay, it's the day after the show, so 4,800 viewers, okay, not bad. Finance-wise, how are we looking? We're only 200 in debt. Awesome. So we're definitely going to make a profit this month, which is exactly what we needed. Tournaments-wise, as you can see, our current leaders are still Puma and Saito, as well as Sonada and BXB Hulk. Slowly coming along in this tournament, which is nice. Okay, it is the end of the month, which means it's time to check the news quick. Not too much. Kodo Nozaki is leaving in 2 months, not ideal. Roxy, looks like we're not bringing her in. But that is the end of this episode. If we check our finances, we did make a profit. And if we check our size, we are still growing, which is awesome. So we hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please drop the video a like, helps us tremendously. Subscribe to the channel and let us know any plans you have for this series, any booking ideas, titles, tournaments, all that fun stuff. If you're ready, like I said, please subscribe. We've got other wrestling videos for all your needs, such as podcasts, predictions, reviews, whatever you can think of, we probably have it somewhere. And hopefully, we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.